Okay. So you were saying that when the war ended, you were given a patch?
Well, when the war ended, we were still there, and from there, then they shipped us to France, to a camp, Chesterfield. See, the camps in, before embarkment for the States, there was Camp Camel, Camp Chesterfield, Camp Lucky Strike, Camp Old Gold. I think we ended up in Camp Chesterfield. And we stood there till we got orders to embark. And when we got on the ship to come back to the States, on the 14th of August, the guns went off. And we were wondering, why are the guns going off? They said the war in Japan was over. That was on the 14th of August, and we landed in Staten Island on the 17th of August, 3 days later. Because we were coming back to the States to be retrained to go to Japan. And we were so glad we didn't have to go then. So from Staten Island, they shipped us to Fort Benning, Georgia. And we were in Fort Benning, Georgia until we were ready to be discharged from the service. And upon discharge from the service, we were given a patch, it was a patch of a dove, but we called it the ruptured duck. And it had to be onto your uniform to be discharged. And come home, and years went by. I've told people about the ruptured duck, and they look at you and they says, you must be nuts, never heard of such a thing. And every year we go to Stephen City, Virginia, where my daughter lives, and Phil Fravel has a museum there. And every year on the 6th of July, D-Day, either on the 6th or after the 6th, not before the 6th, he has open house. In the open house, he has everything, the museum. He has tanks there that he has World War II Jeeps where he gives kids a ride out through an open field. He has an ambulance, and he has World War I and World War II reenactments. Fellas,
what town is this in?
Stephen City, Virginia.
Stephen
City. Every year he has a doings museum open to the house, and while they're everybody goes and they see everything that's going on in his museum and outside, and then he has lunch for everyone there at no charge. He has about 10 big folding tables in his big garage where he does repair work on these army trucks, and all the food is brought there. Everybody has food, drink, water, soda, beer, whatever you want, no charge. Open house. Frank Fravel in Stephen City. But he always has open house every year after the 6th of June. He doesn't have it before, he has it after. And we keep in touch. Frank Fravel is a teacher in Clemson College in South Carolina. This is his museum. Last year, see, we didn't make it on account of COVID. This is his museum. He keeps in touch with me all the time.
Wow.
You ain't got to take pictures. Take it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I got other ones. My fingers don't want to do. See, even on the back. See, that's his building. That's
Is this him?
No, that's not him. He's not in there. Them are some of the veterans. Here's a picture he took last year of some of the veterans. See, I didn't go last year on account of COVID. But every year he takes photos. Yeah, he keeps in touch with me all the time. Matter of fact, Senator Bob Dole, we just lost him.
Yep.
On the 18th, on the 18th of June, I happened to be down with my daughters in Stephen City, and they know I was there, so Phil got a hold of me, and Diane Klopp from Winchester, she was the president of the honor flight. They said, we got to get to Washington. I said, why? He says, Senator Dole's birthday is coming up, and he's going to be 95. So, at 95, and we went, and that's a picture of me with Senator Dole. And his birthday was in the middle of July or something like that. And this was on the 8th, if I remember right. Is it on there?
2nd July.
2nd July. Well, around the middle of July was his 95th birthday. Do you want a copy of that?
I'd love to.
Huh?
I would love it.
I don't have a big one. I don't have a big one, but I do. It can always be enlarged. Here, you can have this one. Only trouble is you'd have to write in the back because you can't see the writing in there.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Wow. You can have that. Yeah, that was for his 95th birthday.
So you've got your ruptured duck
Yes.
patch?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Okay, I'll show you that with my medals. Instead of me bringing this stuff down, I'm going to have you come up. Because I also want to show you, you've probably seen the knife, fork, and the spoon the Germans eat with.
Okay.
They all locked together.
Yep.
You've probably seen that. I got one, and then I got a knife. And I gave it to my father. Whatever happened to it, somebody must have dropped it on a hard surface and they broke it. After my dad passed away, my mother, they gave it back, they gave it to me, and I got a rubber band holding it together, but I'll show you. And the engraving is on the blade, and it was from Germany, got it in Germany. And didn't know where it come from, so this fellow was looking at it. He took a picture like you did on the engraving on the blade, and he searched it up, and he called me back. He said, that knife you got from Germany, he didn't know the town, but he said it was for the German paratroopers. The German paratroopers. This is a knife that you snap out, the blade comes out, and it locks, and on the other end you open it up and like an ice pick. The German paratroopers had that. See, one of the towns, wherever it was, when they go through and search, this warehouse must have been loaded with them. Yep. So this guy took whatever he could take, and he came over and he asked, you want one, want one? I took one. Others fellas took one. Yep. I'll show you upstairs.
Sure, sure.